Hey, I'm Adam.
I'm Bryan.
Back with another episode of Buzz and Suds, and today we have another treat from the Northeast from Farmstead Brewery, Everett, described as a robust American porter. This beverage is 7.5% ABV, no IBUs given, and it's highly rated on Untapped, close to 4.5.
Really?
Yeah, so this is another one that Zach sent down. Thanks, Zach. Can't wait to try it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yep.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah, it's really dark. You kind of can see through the very edge, a little dark brown.
Yeah.
No head at all.
Little tan. I mean, barely if you swirl it, little tan.
Yeah.
Hint of coffee?
Oh, wow, that's coffee. Goodness. Coffee, and more coffee.
Yeah. No, it's very robust coffee aroma.
Yeah, you took that adjective right off the bottle.
Well, imagine that.
All right, cheers.
Oh, shoot. I almost caught the bottle. Too excited here.
Oh my gosh.
That's really good.
That is big chocolate flavor, or excuse me, coffee flavors.
Yeah, big chocolate. I get some big cocoa too.
Yeah, some cocoa. A little bit of bitterness there.
It is.
Coffee bitterness there. Really nice, really good beer, but it reminds me of one of those dark, robust, I keep using that word, robust coffees. One of those big coffees you drink in the morning.
Now, I've had coffee stouts that didn't really, I mean, that weren't as much coffee and didn't have the mouthfeel this has. This has, if they said this was a stout,
It would be a stout.
I wouldn't argue at all.
I mean, it's not real like velvety thick, but it's still thicker than a porter, darker than a porter, more robust, more everything, more just amplified porter.
Yeah, and the coffee I think is very well done.
Oh yeah. I'm not a big fan of those big bitter, like bittersweet chocolate, bitter coffee stouts and porters. And this, although it has those bitter notes, it's very subtle. Muted, and it complements the coffee flavor very well in this beer.
So, to me, this tastes a lot. I shouldn't say it tastes a lot like, but it kind of reminds me of the Kopi Luwak Speedway Stout. Yeah. But I think that's just because of the amount of coffee in it. But I remember that one being
a big coffee,
a lot more coffee than this. But this would hold its own, I think.
I think so too. Deserving of the hype, I believe.
Absolutely. So, what do you give it?
This is a solid 4.5 for me.
I would go with that too. I think it's very good.
Yeah.
I would trade up. I would spend a little extra, and I would certainly seek it out.
Absolutely.
But I wouldn't pay a lot more, so it's not quite a 4.75. And I wouldn't insist on dollar for dollar, so it's not a 4.25. I'd say it's a very solid 4.5.
I agree.
Very well done.
Very well done beer.
So what do you think about Hill Farmstead's stuff so far? Because we've had a couple of their IPAs that were really good. I mean, we liked them, but they weren't as high quality as some of the other Northeastern IPAs we've had. Yeah,
I must say, as far as that, and we won't go into which ones we had, but of the ones we've had, the IPAs and double IPAs, I would put them below a Trillium, below a Treehouse, Lawson's, but just below them. They're still really good, but just they weren't quite the same level as those beers. Not as juicy, sweet, tropical, fruit. And again, we haven't had all of them.
Right.
There may be, I'm not saying they don't have one. I know a lot of people say Society and Solitude No. 4 is one of the best double IPAs out there, and we have not had that one. I think, is it Susan? Is an IPA that we have not had. So we haven't had them all, but the ones we had just a little bit below, but again, it's not a full sampling. We also had Earl, which was the...
I thought that was really good.
Was it a coffee stout or just a stout? It was an oatmeal, coffee oatmeal stout.
Oatmeal stout, yeah.
And it was really good.
Yeah.
Very similar in quality to this, and I was, taken aback by how great I thought that beer was. And so these two, Earl and Everett, have been great beers. Really enjoyed them. Top-notch stouts and porters.
I was just going to say, I agree with you on the IPAs, and in drinking this one, that's why I brought that up. Maybe it's just the ones we picked, but I think their stouts and porters that we've had so far have been a step above their IPAs, or at least as far as comparing to other places. But I've been very impressed with their oatmeal coffee and then this one, the Robust Porter.
Yep. So both 4.5s. Get them.
Yeah,
Drink them.
yeah,
Love
get
'em.
this beer. You will not be sorry at all. Very good.
As always, if you can't have the beer you love the beer you have. Thanks.